Welcome to Let's Get Lit with your girl Pearl. What's happening? This is going to be a brutally honest, vulnerable episode. For my first episode back, I really want to share where I've been at these past few months. Y'all probably wondering, like, what the fuck? Where's she been? Where's she at? What's happening? If you're new here, welcome to the revamped podcast. I'm relaunching my podcast and rebranding it. It used to be called Your Lit Up Life. I even forgot, it's been so long. It used to be called Your Lit Up Life. And now I'm calling it Let's Get Lit with your girl Pearl. If you are a listener that's returning, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you back. I apologize for the big, massive pause without explanation, but I'm going to share what's been going on these past few months. This is going to be very vulnerable, very brutally honest share about where your girl's been but she's back. We're back, bitches, and we're ready to actually build and live my life from a place of groundedness, from a place of regulation, from a place of, yeah, ease and flow and alignment. So, if you're new here, my name is Pearl Cece. I am a multi-passionate entrepreneur. I love all the things. I've been an entrepreneur for about 5 years now in the online space. I used to be a dietitian. I worked in the hospitals. My passion has always been the body, specifically dancing and movement, but also nutrition and optimization and working out and how can we feel so good in our bodies, right? I have been on such a journey these last 5 months, not 5 months, 5 years in this journey of being an entrepreneur, of discovering myself, discovering what I want to do, how to make money from my passions, make money from my knowledge. How do I help people? And I'm grateful I've helped so many women and people over the past few years. But I hit a couple breaking points in this journey. So I'm not going to talk about the big one. That's going to be left for another episode where I'm going to share more about my story and all the things. This one's really just to share where I've been these past 10-ish months. I think the last time I posted was April, maybe, on this podcast. And yeah, business has taken a turn. I really evolved and changed so many things. And so hope you are on a walk or doing something, cleaning, whatever, moving your body at the gym, maybe. Take me with you as we go into this journey together. I'm going to be sharing some things that I haven't shared with anyone actually. And my intention coming back to my space, to the internet, to the webs, is to be my most authentic, vulnerable self, is to help connect with people on a deeper level and to really come from a soul-led, heart-led place. And I wasn't always coming from that place before, right? And so where do I even start? Let's backtrack to one of the breaking points that happened to me this year. Then I'll give you some backstory. If you're an entrepreneur creative, you might know the journey, the struggle of working on your business, your passions, your creativity, trying to make money. Also figuring out if you need a job at the same time and if you should go all in your business or not. And like, oh well, should I quit my job? Should I go all in? Should I be full time? Should I just put my balls to the wall in the business or should I have stability? And just like this whole dance that we do and trying to figure out what works best for us. So in February of this year, 2025, I had a really low moment in my life. And at this point, I was working full time in business. I wasn't making money. I was actually negative. I was in so much fucking debt. So, February of 2025, I remember looking at my bank account. I was sitting here in my tiny studio that I'm in right now, recording this podcast, and I was looking at my bank account and I had $22 in my bank account. And I had no savings. I had no other money. I had $22. I remember looking at my bank account and being like, oh my gosh, like I have no money. I can't afford groceries. Don't even know how I'm going to pay rent next month. Right. And I was like really struggling to figure out what to do in business. I wasn't making money in business. I was doing all the things. I was posting, I was talking, I was sharing, and I wasn't getting clients. And I was so frustrated. Like, I don't know if you've been in this situation where you are doing all the things, whether it's in your business or in your health or whatever it is that you're working on, and you're not seeing the change. You're like, oh my gosh, like I'm doing all things. What the fuck? Why is it not working? What's wrong with me? What am I not doing right? Like, bang your head against the wall, like trying to figure it out. Like, why can't I figure it out? Like, and back back then I was like, what's wrong with me? Like what's not aligning? Why does no one want to work with me? Like I know I'm good, I'm a really good coach and really starting to have these things come up, self-doubt, you know, imposter syndrome, trying to figure out, am I supposed to be doing this? Should I just fucking quit my business? Should I just like throw it all away? Like what the hell do I do? I was very grateful at this time that I had a really supportive partner at this time. We're not together anymore, but at this time I had a really supportive partner that was like, we had a lot of hard conversations, actually a lot of fights about this because I was in a lot of debt because I invested in a lot of mentorship. That's a whole other story, which I'm going to be sharing a podcast on that as well. But I've invested over $50,000 into mentorship to see quote unquote no ROI yet. I have a lot of knowledge and I built so many skills within me, and like I'm an incredible coach because of what I've experienced over the past 5 years and how much I've worked with really high level women, high level mentors, high level coaches. So I was sitting there, it's like, wow, I've spent all this money. I'm in so much debt and I have no money. I can't afford anything. I'm trying to get clients. I just felt like nothing was working. It was like I was trying to rub together two like things that weren't sticking. And I was like, they're gonna pull my hair out. So I had to eat a pie, eat a slice of humble pie, and put my ego aside. And I got a job. I got a serving job. I'm back to serving. I've been serving on and off for years. Serving's great money. It's easy, it's incredible, and it's also such a great way to build stability and create income on the side while you're building something. So I went back to serving. But every fucking inch and every cell in my body did not want to go back to serving. I literally was like, I can't believe I have to go back and get a job. I can't believe I'm a failure. What the fuck am I doing? Nothing's working. This is ridiculous. Like, business didn't work. I should be better by now. I should be here by now. I should be making more money by now. We should ourselves. And I was just feeling so defeated. I was like, fuck this. And this is when I decided to, I'm not gonna say quit my business, but put my business on pause. And so I was like, well, I'm gonna go back and get a job. I need to figure out my shit. Like, what am I doing with my life? Like this isn't working, but deep down, I really had this calling. I know I'm meant to do big things. I know I'm meant to serve people. Like, if you're listening, maybe you know you're meant for big things as well. You know you're meant to do something else. Like, you're not just work a 9 to 5 or work in a service industry or whatever you're at right now. You're meant to do big shit, like build an influence, like do creative shit, like change the world with your art, share your gifts, help women, help people, like help people heal or help people unlock and uncover new things and just here to help and serve a big vision for people. And I knew that deep in my soul. But at the time I couldn't see it wasn't working. I was frustrated. It wasn't clicking. And the biggest thing I realized after I took some time off to heal, to work on my inner work, to reset myself, to realign myself, to get some financial stability because when I was operating my business from February and before that, it was coming from a place of dysregulation, from a place of lack, of scarcity, of need. Because I didn't have any money and I wasn't making any money in my business, energetically, I was showing up as I need to get clients. I need money. I am broke. I need to make this work. And that energy, I truly believe that's the energy. That's why it wasn't working, right? That's why things weren't clicking. And so I remember I was so dysregulated. Like my nervous system was fucked. I was burnt out unknowingly. I was like emotionally and spiritually burnt out. Wasn't physically burnt out because I wasn't doing that much, honestly. But I was emotionally and spiritually burnt out. And that means I was emotional. I was really attached to the outcomes of my business. I'd make that mean that I wasn't good enough, right? I wasn't operating from a soul-led place. It was more of a scarcity lack. Like, if I don't get clients, what's that mean about me? And oh my gosh, why is it not working? I'm not sure if any of you have ever resonated. If anything resonates in this share in my podcast episodes, please DM me on Instagram after. Let me know if anything's resonating, what landed, what felt good. And I love to hear from you. I love connecting people in my DMs. So I took a lot of time to sit. I ended up breaking up with the person I was with. He was an incredible partner, but wasn't aligned. And I really started to connect and be like, how can I get in alignment? Right now, the biggest priority for me at that time was being financially aligned. Because I realized when I showed up my business from a place of lack, of need, of scarcity, that threw off the energy. So I was like, I'm gonna get this serving job. I'm gonna work. I'm gonna take the pressure off. Another thing I realized I was putting so much pressure on myself. Maybe do this too. So much pressure, so much high expectation. I need to be doing XYZ. Why am I not making this much yet? I need to work harder. I need to do more. I need to push more. I need to do more, more, more. It's not enough. Go, go, go. That's not the energy. I was very in my masculine in a toxic way, and that was not serving me. So I realized, you know what, let me take the pressure off. Let me take a step back. Let me put zero pressure to post, zero pressure to show up, zero pressure to even get clients. I didn't post about anything about my business, about what I do, about anything for months. And I actually happened to attract a client. I didn't even talk about the work I do, but I ended up attracting a client. We worked one-on-one for a few months. And it was fucking incredible. And once I got that client from ease and from flow, I was like, oh, like something needs to shift here. Why am I operating from such force and such hustle, such masculine energy? When once I took the pressure off, once I built a financial support system through serving, once I, decided I was going to take a step back and not talk on my services and not force myself to show up, things shifted for me. So I spent the last 8 months working on myself, healing from the breakup I went through, healing these inner child wounds. Because what I realized was, oh, the way I was showing up my business before was actually from a wounded place. It was from the wounds of, I'm not good enough, so I want to make more money to prove that I'm good enough. It was from my inner child trying to prove herself to my dad, because I always want for approval, validation, love, support from my dad, right? I always wanted to feel like I was doing good and I was good enough. And because I could make money, because my dad never believed my business, still doesn't. I wanted to be like, no, I can make this work. I can really do it. Please, I'm gonna prove to you that I can do it. So I was pushing myself and doing all the things to get that approval. I was looking at the numbers. I was investing in all these masterminds to feel like I belonged. Because deep part of me didn't belong. I've never felt like I belonged, honestly, my entire life. I still don't. And a lot of time I was investing in these spaces and these mentorship. And of course, don't get me wrong, they were incredible. I learned so much from all the women I've worked with, from all the mentors I've had and men I've worked with. Over the past 5 years, I invested so much into myself, into mentorship. And it's never a waste of money or time, in my opinion. But there's certain things that just didn't align energetically that didn't allow me to get the ROI yet. It's coming. Trust me, it's coming. I'm gonna make $1 million and more in my lifetime. But at the time, I wasn't seeing the instant ROI. I wasn't there for the delayed gratification. I wasn't even there for the right reasons, right? My wounds were coming up. And this is where I really dive deep into with the work I do now with my clients. It's what wounds are running your life? Most of us operate from a wounded state, from certain wounds, from inner work, from the childhood wounds, from certain things that have been imprinted on our nervous system, and we show up in that way. For me, it was the wound that I wasn't good enough, the wound that I wanted my father's approval and validation. So I was pushing and working and doing all these things and moving. I needed to get money and pushing in the business. That's what caused me to burn out the first time years ago. I burnt the fuck out and I was like, shit, this sucks. The wound that I never felt like I was accepted or belonged in any group or any sort of space. And so let me go invest all this money into these spaces to feel like I belong. But I still didn't feel it didn't heal the wound. I still don't like there's no amount of money, there's no amount of validation of likes or things from the external that's gonna get you that inner healing that you need, that internal work, the inner job. And that's why now the work I do is so deep because I'm realizing even me, even though I've done so much work, there's still more to do. There's still so much to learn and unlearn and grow and rewire and heal these parts of us that are showing up in our life that are causing us to live in a misalignment. So I spent this time to figure this out, to build financial stability, to operate from a grounded place, to regulate my nervous system. The amount of work I've done this last 10 months, the deep somatic work, the rewiring, the nervous system regulation, the healing, oh my God, the somatic work I've been doing these past few months has transformed me in so many ways, like unreal. And this is where I've doubled down on how important this work is because I've worked with many people and my most recent client as well as a couple others I've had. And I'm very now so good at seeing what wounds you're operating from because I know from firsthand experience. It's like, oh wow, you're doing that not from a grounded place, from a wounded place, not from an empowered place, but from your inner child. Let's tend to your inner child. What does she need? Right. So I spent the last few months doing that. Worked on living my best life. Because you know what I realized? And maybe you have this realization too. I was working so fucking hard, grinding my ass to the ground, trying to hustle and post and do the things and do more and more and more. And because it's not good enough, I need to do more. I wasn't enjoying my life. I wasn't doing the things that truly lit me the fuck up. I wasn't taking the time to ask myself, hey, what does Pearl want to do? What would make Pearl happy right now? And honestly, the thing that makes me most happy is dancing my little booty off in cute ass outfits at festivals. So I was like, I'm gonna live my best life this summer, this last summer. And I went to 6 festivals. I danced my booty off. I connected. I stayed up all night. I listened to my favorite artists. I was just free, free from the expectation, free from the needing to do anything, free from the have to showing up, free from the I have to share and do this and post and all the pressure I was putting on myself. And I had the best fucking summer of my life. And I also had a very challenging summer because duality. And this is where, even though I had the best summer, I performed for some of the most incredible festivals. I reached some of the dreams I've been manifesting for years to perform for festivals like Base Coast and Shambhala, festivals that are massive in my province. Being on stage, dancing in front of literally tens of thousands of people, like things I've been like dreaming of. I couldn't believe, I still can't believe I did that. And getting such amazing feedback and all these things, like hitting some of these highs and things, just being so happy, so liberated, so free, and doing the things I truly my soul wanted to do. And I realized a part of me was so fucking lonely. A part of me was lacking that deep connection, that deep intimacy, that deep feeling like I belong, that like soul connection to the people that I love and the people that love me, and not feeling connected on a deep level, not having those intimate relationships, not having those friends that I can share my wins with, not having, not feeling like I had. I do have them, but not feeling like I had. And again, that's my wounded self, not feeling like I have this, even though I might have this in reality. I don't see that because of my wounds are blocking my view. And I remember coming back from the best summer of my life and crying and being so sad and not feeling like I couldn't have anyone to call and be like, yo, I just performed my dream festival in front of so many people and I fucking slayed it and I did the most best job and all the things and I didn't feel like I had that person to call or talk to. This is where I've had another massive aha moment. And I'm gonna go deeper in more podcast episodes about all these things. And if anything aligns with you or resonates with you, or you want to hear more about some of the processes I take myself through, message me. I'm open to sharing so much on these next few podcasts. I mean, for here moving forward for a long time. So I remember feeling so lonely. And I was like, holy fuck. There's no point in building a massive business, making all this money, doing the things you're manifesting, living your best life, all the things, if you don't feel like you have that love, that connection, that deep intimacy you deeply desire. And this has now brought me to this chapter of my life, which is how can I create such deep, intimate relationships? How can I create my fucking soul family? How can I attract people in my life that support me in these ways? And how can I heal the parts of me that don't actually see that? Because a big thing that I'm working on right now in real time is my relational patterns. Being close to people is the scariest thing I've ever experienced because I don't have a safe imprint in my nervous system in relationships. Being close to people means danger to me because I have very had a very tough upbringing. So when I get close to people, I actually pull back, I retract, I push away. I'm like, oh my gosh, get away from me on a subconscious level, even though my heart deeply desires this deep connection with humans. I really want to find my fucking soul people. I want to find my aligned partner. I want to find my best friend, my soul sisters, right? But on the other hand, I'm so fucking scared on a subconscious nervous system level because I haven't created safety in that yet. Because I have so many negative imprints that have been created through my childhood and through all the things that have happened in my life that I'm unwiring and unlearning and rewiring and relearning that now I'm working because that's deep. Like, okay, I've made the money, I've hit my biggest milestones, I'm still unhappy. What the fuck's the point? So now I need to work on this part. That's where I'm at right now. And this is where I'm creating more opportunities for people to connect on a deeper level, not just online, but in person too. And this brings me to some of the biggest things that I'm working on these days is that, okay, my financial abundance has been stabilized because I was able to put my ego aside and get the fucking job and work. And to be honest with you, I resisted this job so much. And it was literally the best thing I could have ever done for myself. Like the best thing I could have ever done for myself. How I've been able to regulate my nervous system around money. Now, if you have a relationship with money that you want to improve, if you want me to make a podcast episode about how I've worked on mine, and I'm not perfect, I'm not a millionaire yet, but I made massive improvements. Like I used to look at my numbers and have a fucking panic attack. Like I would have a visceral response. My nervous system felt so unsafe looking at money. I remember like doing my taxes earlier this year. I didn't do my taxes for years. I would avoid it like the fucking plague. And I'm being so honest with you on this episode. Holy shit. But can't believe I'm putting this in public. But you know what? I'm challenging myself to be so vulnerable, so fucking raw in all areas of my life. So I didn't do my taxes for years, and I finally did them. It took me like a few like hour sessions over the weeks to do them because my I couldn't handle it. I didn't have the capacity to do my numbers. But I remember I did it for like an hour. And I remember after an hour looking at my numbers, my heart rate was so fucking high. My mindset was so shit. I was spiraling. I was negative. I was like hyperventilating. I had to like I was shaking. Like my body was having this wild response. And that's how I knew I was like, holy shit, I'm so unsafe with my numbers. How can I become a boss ass babe? How can I build an empire? How can I create the massive impact I want to make? How can I attract all the abundance I'm trying to call in to live my dream life? If I can't even look at my numbers. And I was like, we gotta fucking fix this. So I've been working so much on money mindset, on regulating my nervous system, on creating safety in my body, on doing somatic practices around money. And I was in so much debt in February. And I'm so happy to share that as of like last week, I'm debt free. And I've been able to pay off like $20,000 in debt this year, which is wild to say. And I haven't been debt free for over 5 years. And it happened in such a rapid amount of time. And I know all the work I've been doing has compounded that have allowed me, because a month ago I had $17,000 in debt still. In 2 weeks, the things that aligned for me, it was just like this magical combination of all the things I've been doing and me being vulnerable, me doing the inner work, me voicing some things, and me attracting certain opportunities to make really amazing amounts of money and me working this job, just like things aligning. And for me to say that I'm debt free, I didn't think like I wasn't supposed to be debt free for another fucking 8 years based on the trajectory of where I was going. And I became debt free so fast, but it was an energetic shift. It was an alignment. It was creating safety in my body around this stuff and working on this for months and months and months and months until I finally felt safe. And now I can look at my bank account and feel gratitude. I can look at my bank account and I have no response. My body isn't trying to run away. And this is the work I'm wanting to bring to people. It's the somatic work, it's the inner work, it's the healing work. This is the work that's going to change your life. And I'm still at level zero in my finances, but I'm fucking at level whatever in somatic work because I've been doing this work for so long. And I know this is what I'm feeling called to do, not around money, but just somatic work in general, around whatever it is you're facing, whether it's money, relationships. I'm still working on that. I'm still working on all the things. That's the thing. It's like we're always working on these things. It's a never-ending journey. But I know I have lots of tools and gifts that I can share with people that will help them in whatever area with the nervous system, with understanding some of the things that are coming up for you, understanding how to regulate yourself, how to create safety, how to really be in your body and understand what's coming up and process your feelings and emotions and rewire the stories, let go of old stories and really shift a lot of things within the body to attract and feel safe so you can attract more of whatever you're calling in and feel good about that. And I realize this is literally everything. This work is everything. So I'm so grateful to be here and I've been putting so much work in behind the scenes these past few months, like being able to take a step back from my business was one of the best things I could have ever done. At the time, I thought I was failing. I thought I was a loser, like nothing could work. I've been in this for 5 years. Why can't I make any money? Why can't I get any clients? Why can't I figure it out? But the more and more I just tap into, my practices and my body and the higher intelligence that we all have access to, it's knowing that I'm exactly right where I'm meant to be. I'm on the right track. I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. And I'm ready to elevate all areas of my life, relationships, finances, money, business, health, well-being. Like I'm ready to elevate all these areas of my life. And I'm inviting you to join me. I am so grateful to be back here. And this podcast episode is probably all over the fucking place. Or if you're watching on YouTube, what's up? But you know what? Again, I'm showing up in the ways that feel good to me, and I'm showing up in alignment, and that's all that matters. I don't need this pressure to show up a certain way. And that's what I want you to really ask yourself is where in your life are you putting so much pressure on yourself? Are you telling yourself you need to do more, be more? It's not good enough. I need to do more of this, do more of that, show up here, show up there. Where are you showing up in your life that's not from a place of alignment? How can you get back into alignment? Because I knew in February something had to fucking change. It wasn't working. I was dysregulated. I was showing up from a space of scarcity, of need, of lack. And I needed to change something. And it was hard. It was really hard for me. I battled with it for a long time. But through the process, I'm really learning that that was such a beautiful decision that I could have made for myself. Some of the best decisions you're going to make for yourself are going to be the hardest. So now I'm coming into my business, relaunching my podcast, coming into the brand building, coming from a place in the space of groundedness, of regulation, of being financially secure. Not secure, secure, but you know what I mean? Of like feeling good in my finances. I'm still working on building that. Of coming in my business from a place of desire, of service, of devotion, of commitment to the journey, of being grounded in my freaking mission, of understanding what I'm here to do and how I'm showing up. And this is the path that's going to be most sustainable for me. So this is where I am. This is where I've been. I think that's all I have to share right now. If you listened all the way to the end, I'm so excited to share that. I'm doing a giveaway this month to celebrate the relaunch of my podcast slash YouTube channel because I'll be putting all these videos on YouTube as well. I'm doing a giveaway. Sorry about that. There's sirens. Hope you didn't hear that. I'm doing a giveaway. And the giveaway is going to be 3 winners at the end of the month. So if you're listening to this in November 2025, amazing. If you're listening to this after, amazing. But the giveaway is no longer available after November 2025. One winner is going to get a $100 gift card. One winner is going to get a one-on-one smack session with me. Another person is going to get access to my nervous system mini course. And what you need to do to enter, you can get as many points as you want throughout this month. The one way to get points is to listen to a podcast episode and reshare it to your Instagram stories and tag me or YouTube, wherever you are listening to this. So listen to the episode, share it to your podcast, share it to your Instagram and tag me. And then second way to win is to leave me a review on whatever listening platform you listen to this on. Leave me a review on Apple or Spotify and screenshot that and send it to me either by email or on Instagram. And that will give you 5 entries. Your name will be entered 5 times to the draw. And if you do the tagging in your stories, that's 1 entry. But you can listen to like any episodes, like even my old episodes. Any episode you tag me in will give you 1 point. You can do this for the entire month of November. So let's get it. Let's go. I'm so grateful to be back. If you want any episodes about anything, let me know. Join my free community. That's where I am most active. That's where I'm showing up. That's where I'm serving. Link is below. I was happy to be freaking back on track, coming from a grounded place, still doing the healing inner work because it's always going to be a process. But I'm just so very grateful. And I'm excited to help people thrive and elevate and get lit. I have way more to share. There's so many episodes coming. So stay tuned. Anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Hope you enjoyed this. Always open to feedback. DM me your thoughts, your aha moments, what's going on for you. I'm just really grateful and so excited to be here, to serve, to show up in alignment. Okay, your girl Pearl, we're out. Thanks for tuning in to Let's Get Lit with your girl Pearl, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.